that's what's driving this strike and driving the unhappiness in Canada with the deal with Ford, and that is the unfairness of it all. To go to a table and say, help us, bail us out, and we give up major concessions, COLA, pensions, bringing in 2 tiers, exploiting workers basically, but they promise them, we will pay you back. If you do this for us now, we will pay you back. And they reneged on that deal. And we all know what happens when you renege on a deal. You piss people off to no end.
Everywhere we go, people want to know. People want to know who we are. So we tell them. So we tell them. We are the union. We are the union. Ass-kicking union. Ass-kicking union.
You know, the more I think about it, you hear this term income inequality. I think that's the wrong term. This is just theft. It sounds to me like these companies are wage slavery, you said.
Yeah, wage slavery. I mean, how can someone work 6 hours, 6 days, 10 hours a week, or 10 hours a day, and still not be able to afford? You can't even afford a cat. You wanted a cat. Like,
we need a good pay for our families.
It's been tough for you.
No.
Because you must be struggling right now with bills.
Yep.
Make the bed.
Anyways, yep. But it's division.
Tell me about, it seems to me the company keeps going on TV, the CEO keeps going on TV saying we can't compete if we raise the wages to what you want.
That's baloney. That's bullshit, in my opinion. So our workers, we produce great quality, good products and everything else. We can't even afford the products. Yep. So, anyways, if they look at if you do the math, it would take like $4 billion to give us the raise, but they're willing to risk it for $5 billion to lay people off and strike. It's corporate greed.
They really are proud of what they made. They're proud of their work, and they deserve that pride. They earn that and a lot more.
They built the middle class.
And continue to do what little they can. I mean, they're always saying, well, I think I can get a new car next year, or they'll come, they know that I'm leasing right now, and they'll go, hey, you know, where'd you get your lease from? How much are you paying? Because they still want the new car. They want to go out and drive another bow tie. You know, and what do they get for their loyalty? What, you want more money? Well, you're getting more money. And you're allowed to, correct me if I'm wrong, but once they get stock options, the higher ups, I mean, don't they just use that to their own personal benefit?
Yeah.
I mean,
buying back the stock is directly related to how much the CEOs make. So the higher the stock price goes, their salary and you know, stock options go better.
You know, and here, my retirees are really asking for, I don't want to get upset, but really asking for so little. Compared to, I mean, they had jobs that really, to tell you the truth, ruin the quality of their life. And yes, you have health care, but I know people that go to the doctor 2 and 3 times a week, you know, for treatment, various treatments on this or that. That's a quality life.
You talk about, obviously, about a decade ago, to keep the companies alive, you gave back a lot of your wages.
We lost a lot. We lost a lot. So I feel like right now is the best time to do it if we're going to do it. You see what I'm saying? We did give up a lot. At least be willing to give us some of the stuff back. We're not asking, and we know we're not going to get everything back, but at least come to the table and agree and give us back some of the things that we need. You know, it's a recession out here. We can't even afford the cars that we make right now.
We have big expectations now. I mean, our members bore the brunt of all the sacrifices that were made in the Great Recession. We were unfairly blamed for everything that was wrong with these companies. Nobody talked about the bad decisions they made. And, you know, it's a sad, twisted irony when a person like Farley wants to talk about what we do and don't deserve when the man's making $20-some million a year and keeps bumping his pay up. You know, he gets a 40% pay increase and tries to justify that, and it's on the backs of these people that he's getting it. You know, none of us got a 40% pay increase. We got 6% in the last 4 years when he got 40, and inflation went up 20%. We went backwards. It's a shame the companies didn't take it serious. They have to own this. They're the reason we're all sitting out here right now. And none of us want to be out here right now, but they've put us in this position because of choices they made.
If they look at if you do the math, it would take like $4 billion to give us the raise, but they're willing to risk it for $5 billion to lay people off and strike. It's corporate greed.
I survive off of 2 jobs. I work here during the summer 6 days a week because that's when they need us to cover up the absenteeism for the full-timers, their FMLA, their PIC days, and their vacations. Over the summer, like I said, I work 6 days a week, averaging about $1,000 a week. So just getting my hours cut down to 3 days because the full-timers, once they come back to work now, summer is over, kids are in school. So me as a SE worker, I get cut down to 3 days, which is Monday, Friday, Saturday, now averaging about $600 a week, and that's topped out pay as $19.28 an hour.
So you can't go above $19.28.
I cannot go above $19.28.
Cost of living is definitely up. I have 4 kids at home. Well, 5 technically. I just recently had custody of my nephew. So with the cost of living rising and our pay staying stagnant, it's hard. A lot of people think here, gee, oh, you work at Jeep, you must make X amount of dollar, you got money. And I mean, we do. We make good money. I'm not saying we don't. But with the way the cost of living is, I'm spending $300 a week just on groceries, and on top of paying for common bills, lights, gas. It costs. So, I mean, we're just out here fighting for what we deserve.
They've talked about profit sharing and how they've been sharing with the workers. That doesn't seem to be so equitable.
Actually, all these things that they call bonuses and everything else aren't actual wage increases. It's a bonus check that gets taxed at 43% unearned income, and it doesn't feed your actual wage. But you get taxed half of it when you get that check, and at the end of the year, you have to claim the whole amount as earned income. So they're taxing you as unearned income at a higher rate, and then at the end of the year, they're taxing you at a full rate and putting you in a higher tax bracket to tax you even higher than that. So
basically, not
a no-win situation for us.
They constantly were told by UAW bosses, live to fight another day. Oh, yeah. We got to take this or they're going to close down the plant.
When I hear the phrase, live to fight another day, I want to literally beat the shit out of somebody. We had that embedded in our brains as workers coming through over the years. And it would drive me up a wall when I would hear a leader say, live to fight another day. Another day came and went over and over, and no one fought. And so this is our time. We call this our generation defining moment. This is it. And so, and when I talk about not having limits, throughout my campaign running for this job, and even since then, when we're talking about our issues, when we put our demands out there, I can't tell you how many people would say, oh, you'll never get cost of living back. That's a thing of the past. Why are you fighting for pensions? We'll never see a pension. And all I heard is what we can't do. And unfortunately, that was driven by a leadership that had a can't-do mentality, settling for the bare minimum and making people think that's okay. The sky has to be the limit. We cannot limit ourselves on what we can achieve.
Skip! Skip the rest of your life. Forever and ever. Skip! Hope you sleep well with the people, not corporations. Never forget this, Chase.
Ready to stand up.
Cost of living has been restored, they say.
Both GM and Stellantis have rejected our profit-sharing proposals, and both companies have rejected our proposals to convert temps. So today, at noon Eastern Time, all of the parts distribution facilities at General Motors and Stellantis are being called to stand up and strike. We will be striking 38 locations across 20 states, across all 9 regions of the UAW.
Hell yeah! Taking all their parts plants down, GM and Stellantis. Yeah!
Are you out here supporting the strikers and your grandma?
Yes. Uh-huh. We're striking for the future of our children. Absolutely. Where's the jobs for my kids?
No, I mean, the job security seems to be at the top of the list. Obviously, the concern there is if you get the higher pay scales, your COLA back, your things like this, what does that matter if they close the facility and all the jobs are gone? So our outsourcing is a big deal.
Absolute greed. What else is there? It's corporate greed.
It really is.
On every level, not just GM or Ford, Stellantis, it's all of them.
Corporate greed is at its highest right now. They keep taking and taking and not giving anything back to us employees that they've promised that we've given back to them, when they needed help to be bailed out. Now this is our time. I'm not only paving a way for myself, but also for future generations like my children and stuff too. This is why we're out here.
I started out at the Belvedere Assembly Plant in 2017. I worked there for about a year and a half. And then as they were slowing production down out there, they laid me off. I was out of work for 16 or 18 months until, August 2020.
Is that when you grew the beard?
I grew the beard, honestly, when I met here. But, God, then I've been out here since August 2020 now. And, the last 15 months out at my plant, we've been working 6 10-hour days for... It never seems like it's going to end, Honestly, a lot of people were excited to go on strike out here just to get some time off because, we often work, like I said, 6 10-hour days. If you're in skilled trades, you're probably working 7 12-hour days because of this critical plant status stuff they do.
This could be backbreaking work that you're doing. Meanwhile, you have these CEOs making $21 million going on TV saying you're going to bankrupt them.
Right. I mean... Unless you've worked in a plant, you don't understand the aches and pains. You got to sleep at night with your hands under the pillow flat, because they'll curl up, and you got to peel your fingers open in the morning from gripping the guns all day and shooting nuts and bolts and everything that goes into assembling a vehicle, standing on the concrete floor.
Are you and the workers just, quote, envious of the CEOs?
I call it a politics of reality. The reality of what our members go through every day. I mean, the majority of our workers are scraping to get by, paycheck to paycheck. I mean, that's not envy. When workers start out at $15 or $16 an hour, and it could take them years as a temp to even get to full-time. If they get to full-time, there's no guarantee they'll get there. If they do, they go to 18, and then they have an 8-year progression to get the full pay. Our members this isn't the old Big Three where, it was the gold standard. When you got a job at the Big Three, you were set for life. That's not what this is anymore. And that's what we're fighting to bring back. These jobs should matter. And we're generating $250 billion in profits in the last decade, $21 billion the first 6 months this year. And our workers are falling further and further behind. That's got to stop.
I'm a legacy employee. I'm making $32-something an hour, and right across me doing the exact same job, just on the opposite side, is a guy with 2 months, and he's just making $16.75 an hour. He might have 2 kids. My kids are full grown. Those 2 kids are barely supported. They don't give them the full benefits like they really do us. They cut their vacation time. These new hires, their second tier, or the tier that they lied and said that they dismissed and got rid of because Fairley doesn't know how to do math. That's where it's kind of getting crazy for us right there.
What do you think about their refusal to bring back pensions? That seems to be like a non-starter for the companies.
Well, that was their downfall. I mean, you're not even valuing your employees. You don't want them to live a good life. What makes you think that they're going to make you those $80,000 cars you want to sell if they can never buy one? And then, what makes you think they're going to be proud of that car and want to suggest to their family buy a Ford when you just screwed them over?
Because I can't stand greedy bosses. I can't stand profit-obsessed owners that treat workers as if they're less than human. No, I salute Brother Sean, his leadership, and I'm just hoping that we can follow through. We need solidarity, solidarity, solidarity.
One thing that we're not guaranteed of at this point, because we're still in negotiations, is that the fact that all these people get to go with them jobs either. The company will report out that they have everybody taken care of, but that ain't always the case. And sometimes what they call taken care of is they shut down a Belvedere plant in Illinois, And we took on 35 people from there that had no choice but to move to Michigan to go with these jobs to protect them pensions and the wages that they make. So, and that was from a facility that was profitable, had the best attendance in the company, and had everything going on. They put them people out of there for leverage in these negotiations, and that shouldn't be allowed.
They have the union wanting to stand up and fight another day, and now we're actually doing it. We're out here. They walked out. We're out here standing up for another day, and we're not going back to work until we get the justice for these sheeps.
No justice, no Jeeps.
No justice, no Jeeps.
And that is a fact. And that is fact.
Tell them, son.
No justice, no Jeeps.
Relax. We gonna tell him. He can't pick up nothing because we ain't working. That's what we gotta tell him. Tell him we ain't got no parts. It's not gonna happen. Unless you run us over.
38 years at General Motors, and I gave up a whole lot of stuff when they went bankrupt, and they told us that we would be getting it back, and we're not getting it back. If they didn't intend on giving us COLA back, why did they only suspend it in our national agreement, not eliminate it? They never suspend other things. So again, we're here fighting for what we deserve.
They say it's a good economy, but everyone I'm talking to is just struggling to stay afloat.
Struggling to stay afloat is an understatement. So in my situation, I'm making $16.67 an hour. Yep. And but at the same time, I also have a cleaning business to kind of try to supplement, the income and whatnot. But
so you're working here and doing another job in cleaning?
Yes. So I was also a substitute teacher at one point. So I was literally doing all three. I would literally work 6 p.m., sometimes get off at 4 a.m., probably get like a cat nap in, wake up, be a substitute teacher until 3 o'clock. If I was booked to do a cleaning, I would do that, try to do that on the weekends.
When do you have time to piss? That sounds crazy.
Yeah, we gotta do extra. And that's not what we thought the American dream was originally, I question the American dream every day, whether if it's a reality, whether if it's real for us, whether if it's real for anybody. It's something to think about.
They actually held us a couple years ago over a new body. They let the whole rest of the plant go and had us working in ankle-deep poop water.
Ankle-deep poop water?
It was a sewer line that was hit over there. And they wouldn't call OSHA or nobody.
And Ford says you're a family, but they got you in shit.
Exactly. And I was actually one of those people, so I'm not fabricating anything. I was over there, and I know I'm short, but it was over my shoes. And it was disgusting.
I take it you didn't get any hazard pay for that?
No, not at all. They told us it was fine. But none of the robots over there would start back up, but yet they made us stay until our shift was over. Just in case the line would move one car.
Did they have anybody come in while you were doing it to try and clean this up?
No, they did not. They told us that we would be fired. And
they said you'd be fired if you didn't continue?
If we left, we would have been fired. Yeah, they told us if we walked out, we would have been fired. So I didn't go back to work. I sat on the stairs and waited for the time to be over.
This is the guy right here. This is the guy. I like what he says when he's on there. He talks the truth. I like it.
I told you.
No, I'm serious. I want to... Watch this right now. Seriously, watch this moment. Watch this moment. This is for you to be on. No, this is for you. This guy is... No. Serious. I love you. I love what you say. You speak the truth and you stand up for the union.
Before the rumors start, that $100 is for the company, not me. Got it. 800 people watching.
I've been watching you on YouTube, so I've been following you.
My wife never believes me that people come up saying good things. But yesterday, all the UAW workers were coming up because we've been covering this for weeks.
I was watching him yesterday.
We've sacrificed a lot, so it's time for them to start paying up.
Or name again?
Justin L. Ford.
Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it.
I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you. Subscribe. You hear that? That's right.
I share all your stuff. So, yeah, no, we appreciate what you guys have to say. And, we need people on our side to be in this platform 100%.
it's a game that they're playing that we can't win. So, thank you guys for coming out, standing in solidarity with us. Seriously.
Thanks, Keith. I appreciate it. Thanks.
You're literally the only one I was doing this for. Literally the only one I was doing this for. The only one to be supporting. I mean, he is for the people. Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
You guys, like I said, you guys speak the truth. You guys say what needs to be done. We have been without for so long. I want to thank you and everything you guys do. Keep doing what you guys doing, and I'm going to keep supporting you guys.
Hey, man, I've been watching you on YouTube this whole strike. Thank you so much.
Come on over. Say hello. What's your name?
Joe King. I watch him every day.
Every day? Wow.
Yeah, he's a very positive guy. To me, he's a Democrat. He should be a president because he feel our pain. You know, sometimes you got to fight for what you want. This is a fight, not just for me, not just for you, but for our children and our children.
This is the membership's agreement. Everything we're doing is about them, and it's up to them to ratify it or not ratify it. If they don't ratify whatever we come up with, look, I've as a plant rep, there's people that came in and disagreed with me on something, and I'm like, look, you know, you're not gonna offend me if you disagree. Go to the next step in the process. I don't worry about those things. I'm an open book. I got nothing to hide, and we're going to do the best we can do. And if the membership says yes, great. If to the point we get an agreement, if they don't, then we're going to keep pounding away and do what we can do.